I'm so close when you burn in hell forever. I'm so close when you burn in hell forever. I'm so close when you burn in hell forever.
man, the king, the god, this shit, Nick fucking Gage. You know how I start this off. Shout out to all my MDK gang members around the world. And I want to let everybody know, Blvd Bullies versus the World is a podcast. Every Tuesday, 7 p.m. live on YouTube with my motherfucking boy, Larry the Legend. And what the Blvd Bullies are doing, they're trying to ignite a revolution. Within the fans unite and make the crowds electric again. So check out the Blvd Bullies vs. the World. 7 p.m. live Tuesdays with Larry the fucking Legend. MDK all fucking day.
Oh, it's the man, the king, the god of the shit, Nick fucking Cage. You know how I start this off. Shout out to all my MDK gang members. And I want to let everybody know Blvd Bullies vs. the World is a podcast every Tuesday, 7 p.m. live on YouTube with my motherfucking boy Larry the Legend. And what the Blvd Bullies are doing, they're trying to ignite a revolution within the fans to unite and make the crowds electric again. So check out Blvd Bullies vs. the World, 7 p.m. live Tuesdays with Larry the fucking Legend, MDK all fucking day.
I'm so cursed when you burn in hell forever.
Hello.
Are we live, Ho?
Let me ask you a question. Do you sit here and watch until it is the last possible moment as a fucking rib? Is it a rib on me? Are you and Brian and Sean fucking and Rob Black and fucking DJ Hyde, are all of you guys fucking ribbing me, dude? Are you and Danny and the Struggles and Ron Nemi fucking ribbing me, dude? Are you ribbing me?
You know what? You know I'm coming. You know I'm coming.
I do know. No, don't do what I'm doing. Don't do what I'm doing. Don't do what I'm doing now because you're ashamed. Because you're ashamed and you're disgusting.
I'm here.
Hey, tell me about your MMA. Hey, welcome to Blvd Bullies vs. the World. Guys, I just want to let you know that I saw a stand-up comedian on a TikTok doing like a comedy cellar thing. And yo, this motherfucker was just wearing his jacket. And I just thought to myself, it's a little chilly. I'm going to wear my jacket. Hey,
I don't have to get my godson.
We're hanging by a thread.
I'm all
and
yours.
I am joined by my wrestling father, a Showcase Showdown winner, a CCW Hall of Famer. Ladies and gentlemen, Larry Legend.
Pat, I'm sorry. And to the audience, to our faithful, to the Bulls of the Wood out there, I apologize.
Did you see what I sent? See what I sent to the group text?
Yeah. You said 707, I'm killing you or some shit.
I said 707, I'm dying. But then I reached a point of just utter despair. I was like, Brian, just be on the show again.
You hit up Genzi?
No, in the group. I said, Brian, just be on the show again, dude. Like, what's your deal?
Yeah.
What's your fucking problem, dude?
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something. Being a good friend, I'm going to say sometimes you got to just know when to hold them and know when to fold them.
I know. I was gonna wait for a few weeks and then tell him that. But at 7:07, I was feeling the heat. 7:09, I sent the text.
Well, look, I'm here. I'm sorry, y'all. Let's get into it.
Yo, tell me first and foremost about your fucking MMA adventure. And by the way, while you were in LaGuardia area, Brian was most active in the group, saying that like he wishes and wants to have dinner together. And we were almost going. I feel like if the space-time continuum was a little different, we would have all had dinner together.
Well, this is my. I'm back. I'm badder than ever. As far as kickboxing, Muay Thai in the New York Greater Metro, I'm back. All of y'all that was keeping my seat warm since COVID-19, since coronavirus, it's okay. Daddy's home, and I'm back. Is it me? Okay, I'm good. Okay, I got all my dates.
Rewind like 25 seconds.
I'm back in New York City doing fighting shows, not just Hammerstein Ballroom GCW shows or whatever the fuck. I'm doing fight shows again. That means I'm going to be up there regularly. I'm going to be right in the LaGuardia Performing Arts Center. So now that we know, let's do it. Oh, we'll get back to business.
Yo, is this place that you were ring announcing that you showed me, you sent me the photo of, is that the same place that we had met originally to spark our undying friendship?
Nope. Let me tell you something, Pat. I'm a goddamn motherfucking legend. Okay? So no. Queens? My roots are deep in Queens. And you know what I'm talking about, Bully. I'm talking about, what is it, LaFrac City? What is it, Corona?
LaFrac City?
Over here.
Stand
Bro,
up, dude.
Elm Core Youth Center. I fucking drop dots, fucking little cum droplets all over.
Elm Core Youth
Queens,
Center
bro.
is a crazy callback. I love that.
Bro, I've done the whole Killer Queens, bro, and I love it. I love it because it has so many venues. It has so many. I've done Peter Rosenberg, Peter Palooza 2 technically was in Queens. Like I've done the Knockdown Center. I love Queens. I love doing shows in Queens. So it felt like I was coming home, Pat. It felt like I was back in my stomping ground where I paved the way for everyone to be a David Adams or fucking, whatever. Like when I fucking laid it down.
Yeah,
for
David Adams sucks,
like,
dude.
You know what?
David
Pat,
Adams fucking sucks.
Pat, I think he's perfect for like it's time. You know what I mean? I feel like that his vibe is not so much wrestling like me, but it's more of like Cage, Bellator. This guy coming out of here, coming right out of here. We love this guy because he's the guy, and he's like out of breath by the end. You know me? I'm never out of breath. I always save a little bit for the end. But I feel like that David Adams' sound is so much more like Bruce Buffer than like me that is like a Howard Finkel Paulie. So I almost feel like he lacks in what he's used for, but he does have a quality that I think is like so combat sports.
Fuck him. Guy's an
Well
idiot.
said. He's my listen.
Guy's a fucking idiot, dude.
I broke his collarbone. I broke his collarbone.
Good.
Accident.
I wish you would have broken his femur.
Femur's in the leg, Larry.
Hey, our friend Icarus, who will not be appearing this evening.
What?
Yeah, yo, dude, this ship is full of holes and we are going downhill fast. I will say, exclusive announcement. I'm gonna have an exclusive announcement right now. That there is going to be a new monthly show on Blvd Bullies. It's going to be live to tape. It's not going to be live. It's going to be it's a live to tape show. Movie Club. The Insides of Cinema. With myself, Bald Steve, an accomplished filmmaker, and
Indeed.
Schlack.
What
And each
about
week,
show?
we are going to all pick a movie.
What about?
Or no, it's not each week. Each month, we will all pick a movie. And then we will all watch the other two persons' movies. Then we'll come back each week with a new opinion about it. First episode, around Valentine's Day, romantic date movies. Love movie theme. I'm torn between two. Steve has already given me his, and I think Schlack is torn between two as well. But can you imagine that trio, Larry? Can you imagine the interactions between Bald Steve and Schlack?
No.
I feel like that's a good show.
I think that Bald Steve and Schlack are definitely two who can chew the shit.
Well, and imagine Schlack saying like horrible Serbian film like recommendations, and then Steve as a mainstream filmmaker going, well, when they were sewing the woman's vagina shut, the lighting was a little off.
Chew the shit, shoot the fat. Is what? Yes.
Kind of
like
hilarious.
Siskel
That's
and Ebert.
hilarious.
Yes. I think I don't know if Schlack's Italian.
But and Schlack is a very articulate film connoisseur.
He's a very articulate arts connoisseur.
Absolutely, Larry. Absolutely.
Okay. So I think that's money. I think that's money. I just hope for their sake, my son, you'll fall the fuck back and let those masters go to work.
And I just really feel like that's a great show. The idea of me facilitating film discussion between Bald Steve and
that's
Schlack.
what I want you to be, a facilitator.
I'm a facilitator. I'm Jason Kidd. I'm Dish and Assist. Yo, so tell me more about your LaGuardia fucking K1 kickboxing adventures.
So, Pat, for these things, I have to do like 22 fights. You know that, right?
You're like 4 to 12.
Bro, they're marathons. They're marathons of like, so now I don't really start until about 10. I really don't get started till about 10. I warm up, warm the pipes up, kind of like do a once over of all the names and figure out how I'm gonna Lobiendo or Lobendindino or and I got Aristides and shit. I kind of go over all that minutia in my head. And then by about 10 is where I'm really Larry Legend. About 10 is where I'm, about 10.
By fight 10.
By fight 10.
Out of
like 22.
35.
Of like 22. Of like 22, okay. Pat. Yeah. You do Cage of Death 22, you get welcome back to New York doing 22 fights. But
let me ask you this. Is it a higher payday per fight than it is for wrestling?
It's a higher overall bank. It's a higher overall bank. And listen, this is the most important thing. It's like multiple guaranteed dates. Like these motherfuckers are not canceling, not happening. That's not happening with these fuckers, okay? It's not happening with them. So I'm with them. I'm all over wherever they're doing shows. And Pat, all that's going to do is lead to more, MSG, theater at MSG, Prudential, that's just going to lead to more of that. Doing more of this. So, yeah.
Well, you were speaking of the theater at MSG. You were kind enough to bring me and the man I just mentioned, Bald Steve, in with you to the MSG theater. We went through MSG security. You fucking hook us up. You took
Was
care
that
of
Glory?
us.
Was that Glory? Was that Glory?
It was some kind of
you remember?
K1 thing.
Okay, so then that was Victory. Maybe Victory.
And you remember, I was going through a bad breakup with a woman who worked at Hooters. And it turned out that the Hooters girls were ring-girling the event. And you had me and Steve were in our Blvd Bullies t-shirts. We were in the timekeeper's area. We were on the other side of the guardrail, thanks to Larry. I got to be in your private dressing room with you. So you put on your...
I do not remember all of this.
Oh, my God, dude. It was like, it's like a core memory.
Was my brother
me.
there? Was Taj with the matching tattoo like you? Was he there?
I don't know. But I know that you...
See, you don't remember either. You don't remember
dude,
either.
You still to this day use some of those photos. You were wearing the white jacket. And, the ceiling of the MSG Theater is very iconic. And there are, like, screen grabs from Steve's footage that you still use to this day.
Bro, that's when I did the reads. That's when I did the reads for WWE because WWE was going to be in the Garden next month.
Right, you did the reads.
I remember.
Yeah, and my ex-girlfriend's best friend was ring-girling.
Yes, and I had to do like the...
It was like 2018.
Yeah, I've done a lot. And now I'm back. I'm back in New York. I'm back in the city. I just want to say one thing to you. I had missed how exhilarating it is to leave New York. Like when you're watching the skyline of the turnpike going away through the Lincoln Tunnel. Dude, it is a
that
great
drive
feeling.
is iconic, dude.
It's iconic.
The I-95 Southern Drive is iconic.
But bro, at the hours that
Drive
I do
safely.
it, there's no one on the road. At the hours that my show was over at midnight, Pat, I'm getting on the road. I'm getting through the Lincoln Tunnel at around 12:45 or 1.
Nobody on the road, just an iconic drive, just some music, some fucking cocaine.
Corny. I used to stop at Brett Lauderdale's.
You want to do a 4-hour corny on the way back? Oh my God, that's not bad. That's not a bad life, dude.
Not at all. Not at all, dude. Not at all. Yeah.
Hey, can we talk about something else though, Larry? This was the first note that I put on Tuesday evening before we even shut it down.
Uh-huh.
I got text from you saying that MLJ was very upset with me. He was very upset. And he posted, ever since he put his horse cock online, I've blocked him. But
that is what really got him over, if you ask me.
Ever since he posted his massive, huge dong online.
I mean, he's a Sagittarius. We're horses.
I started unfollowing him because I didn't want to see massive dong.
It was Pro Wrestling Twitter After Dark.
Pro Wrestling Twitter After Dark. Just a little small niche in a moment in time ran by weird fat wrestling fan women.
And it begat.
And MLJ said, "Yo, let me get my shit. Let me get in on this."
It begat speaking out. You do realize Pro Wrestling Twitter After Dark begat speaking out.
Yeah. Speaking of cocks, you know what I regret? Anyway, ever since that day, maybe even to my own detriment, Larry.
I should say pro wrestling speaking out, not just speaking out. The I don't want to say the Weinstein thing. We'll get fucking canceled.
Yeah, you never sexually harassed.
Let me walk it back, kind of like Rob Black taught us. You got to make sure, not all
cute
speaking out, because I know motherfuckers will clip grab that
and cross the T's, Larry.
That started that. No, the pro wrestling shit.
Okay,
I feel like
the fact is that everybody who was showing their cock during pandemic got called out. And after, at least a dozen wrestlers got canceled for cocksmithing, whether
Yes.
it's in the DMs or in person or on Twitter.
Yes.
Pro Wrestling After Dark was a haven for sexually awakened people in the very small niche of, it was basically nudes for people who subscribe to IWTV. It was basically that form of human being. And MLJ said, hey, I'm going to show my cock, my massive
It was
horse
sheathed.
cock.
It was sheathed in some Joe Boxers or some whatever
It
they
was,
were.
it was sheathed, but you could tell.
It was a big old boy.
Hey, and he's like, yeah, all those guys who wore D3s and seemed like fucking idiot losers? Well, guess what? I got a massive dick.
Well, yes, he was upset, and I think he was upset because
How was he upset? What does he have to be upset about?
First of all, Emil is my friend. Let it be stated right here. MLJ,
which is why he texted you immediately following last week's show. When I was criticizing him, going, well, Megan, that's not a time to. Woo! And I also fucking hated how he was somehow not overpowered by PCO. He was struggling for the mic with PCO. Like, you yeeted yourself during the Megan. Well, Megan, it's not a time to. Yeah! But then you're struggling. You're fighting with PCO. This guy's all over the place. One day he's dressed like Sonic the fucking Hedgehog. The other day he's dressed like fucking Kirby, sucking everybody and swallowing it and begatting their powers. This guy's a fucking idiot and a moron. And listen, and then he tweeted, Larry, I blocked him after the cock. You know what I'm saying? Like when the cock was posted, I fucking blocked him. But then, immediately following our show, and by the way, Larry, during the show last week, they announced Ron Nemi and the Struggles coming together. What a fucking shock. What a surprise that you fucking, build your entire announcements over what time we're fucking talking about shit. Am I wrong?
Not at all.
All right, so Emil, basically an hour after I talked shit on how dumb it was that he fought PCO for the microphone, and then that he was basically an inappropriate host of the Amazing Red Hall of Fame induction. He should have handed the microphone to Homicide instead of asking if Homicide was ready with the plaque to hand. He should have fucking handed the mic to one of the old school guys and got the fuck out of the ring. And listen, his voice is very regal. And I said on the show last week that he didn't do a bad job. And Hami protected him and the fans accepted it. However, you suck. Shut up. With your Razor Ramon tracksuits and your fucking D3s and your fucking dunk highs and your dunk lows and just a fucking dumbass who just whatever. Hey, Larry, what's up? How you doing, Larry?
Listen, me and him will go way back to when I
But
first
he
saw
went on to tweet multiple things basically because he listened to this show. He goes, this could be something. Hey, and you know what? God bless him. God bless him for giving his money to get that blue check on Instagram so he feels like somebody. This could be something worth saying to those who want to be involved in wrestling, but not as a wrestler. I think you gotta take what you are tasked with and go for it, even if it's not what you wanted. Originally, I wanted to be a freestyle rapper, and I was doing just that until I was told that I needed to be a ring announcer on a show on the day of once I got there. And that was nearly 15 years ago.
He's a vet. He's
And
a
now
vet.
I'm pretty much the best at doing what I do. In the meantime, I've done almost everything in the business you could think of. But I found my lane and I stuck with it. Yeah, dude. Congratulations. People without brains usually do find their lane, dog. People with no fucking brains usually do find satisfaction in life. Congratulations. Larry?
I think we should move on.
Okay, just answer me this one question, yes or no. Was Emil rattled or not rattled by me critiquing his Megan Bain flop and his Hammerstein performance? Was he or was he not rattled?
As a Sagittarius, as Emil is, and as you are, Pat, we're not ones to not say something. You know what the fuck I'm talking about, bro. We are the ones that are going to say something.
Well,
we are, bro. We're not going to hold our tongues. So, rattle? I think you definitely, listen to me, Pat. I think you definitely ruffled a bitch's feathers. I think you definitely ruffled a bitch's feather. Okay? And when that plumage gets to going and, you know.
Yo, who's that dude who screams? Who's that ring announcer who screams like heavy metal shit? Jesse?
You talking about Smallman.
Jesse
Jim
Smallman?
Jim Smallman.
Jimmy Smallman.
Yes.
He's better than them.
He worked for WWE for a while.
No, I don't think we're talking about the same guy.
He screams everything? Talking about, that's not J Rose. It's not J Rose. J Rose don't scream.
You hear Effie talk about the Hammerstein curse?
Yeah.
Yo, I fucking love Effie more than anybody. I really love me some Effie.
Can I just say that I love that Jim Cornette covered some Effie shit in the GCW shit, and that guy Travis, who does the artwork, he depicted Effie with the eye, like the caricature had his eyes like that on, and I was like, "Whoa, that's awesome," because you know he looks like how he looks. I'm not laughing at that. I just thought it was very accurate.
Yo, Effie.
What ring announcer are you talking about? He screams everything. Are you talking about Scotty Cerriti?
No, I'm not talking about Scotty Cerriti. I will even acquiesce that fucking MLJ is better than Scotty Cerriti, dude. I will even go that far.
I mean, I think is very. I think that much like me finding my rhythm with Ruckus and a personal ring introduction, I think that that's like kind of major key to like being like, oh, you're the guy.
Nah, but dude, no, it's different. It's different because Ruckus chose you. You didn't suck up to Ruckus. You didn't like.
Oh, Pat, you are so mean. But go ahead.
You didn't like have a metal detector on the beach of indie wrestling. Who forever, like, you know, whoever you could fucking do, you're going to go over the top every single second, and whoever pats you on the back, that's your guy. Your guy chose you. You see what I'm getting at?
I mean, it's true. It's damn true.
Am I bugging?
No, dude. He was like, I'm bringing you to CZW with me. He was like, I'm bringing you to CZW with me.
You're coming with me, dude.
Yeah.
You weren't some fucking free pay-to-play fucking loser.
All right, let's move on. Let's talk about some other stuff. Okay, we've dedicated enough of the show to this. You're just trying to inflame with your words.
Brian, come back.
And I like
come
him.
back.
Emel's my boy, bro. I think he's doing good shit. And
He's doing
yeah,
great shit. Hey, and he's traveled to Japan, man. And
twice.
before
He's been there
Emil
twice.
decided that he wasn't going to be a professional skateboarder, I had already wanted to go to Japan. But good for him that he found the right crowd.
Good for him that Brett.
Yeah, they all
Shit,
got
you
the
packing.
same missing chromosomes, dude.
All right, Pat. Other shit. Come
Let's
on.
talk
Let's go.
about how ICW announced that Ron Nemi and the Strugglers were getting back together this time last week while we were on the air because they were trying to sandbag us. They were trying to screen record us. They were trying to get your over dramatic fucking reaction and opinion. Is that or is that not a fact, Larry?
I mean, I talk to Ron Nemi almost every day. Like I actually interact with Ron Nemi like almost every single day. And I had heard through him that he was being like massaged,
Courted.
if you will. Yeah.
Courted.
That, but the actual announcement, I didn't know.
It was like
until
8 p.m.
the show.
Tuesday.
Yeah, I didn't know he was going.
And everybody in the deathmatch community knows that we own Tuesdays, dude. Why are you doing it at 8 p.m.?
And I mean, I guess I feel you, Pat, with like the strategery.
Just like the
Oh, but in-
Shannon Larry at Cage of Death announcement.
Which I also didn't know was a done deal
Sandbagged us.
until the show.
Since
When the
when
graphic-
has Tuesdays from 7 to 9 been so important, dude? To post things.
Well, you got me, and you got you. We had.
I think it's you. I think
and
it's
then
you.
got-
Ever since you
I
joined,
don't know.
Tuesdays from 7 to 9 have become like an ultimate posting time. So
Good.
do you have a heat with Ron Nemi for rejoining the fray? Do you have any desire to rejoin the fray? I feel like he's getting the gang back together. And as long as you can agree that I'm safe, maybe you guys could mend a fence, mend a bridge.
I mean, I guess the answer to any desires, like I said, when they did the Chattanooga, remember they did the Chattanooga like 3 weeks ago, and I was like, yeah, I was watching, and the lights went off, and then they came on, and John Wayne Murdoch was there, and I just turned it right off.
You turned it right off. You stopped
Turned
watching.
it, I don't, yeah. And then it's funny because subsequently I didn't watch that match, but Masada down in Houston was like, bro, did you see that shit? Like Murdoch, like taking a bump on gussets. I went up to Masada and I said, yo, I heard what you said on some interview about how the gussets used to be special. They used to be kind of like a thing that was like gonna definitely do damage and that were kind of like reserved for your cage of death or your tournament of death, you know? And he's like, now they're all over the place. He was like, you see that match with DeMonto and Murdoch where like Murdoch like just took a bump? Like
He
took a bump on
Kota
a
Ibushi did and just flat backed right on the gusset.
just
board.
flat back double gussets, like I don't give a fuck, you know? And then Danny gives him a shot with it, and the shot is like so weak.
Yeah,
It's
and
way
obviously
weaker.
the blood that was pouring in that moment was from the flat back.
Yes, dude.
Right.
And Masada was just basically like kind of like schooling me about the psychology of what it is that motherfuckers do. And I was like, yeah, bro, like the first time you did the gussets with Danny Havoc and Danny fucking baseball bat in your fucking arm, and that blood just started fucking flowing like a faucet, and you went down. The ultraviolet beast Masada in 2300 Arena went down and started to tend to the wound. That's psychology. Now, motherfuckers are just like, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. You know? And I'm like, I do.
Right,
I
because
do.
it's everywhere. Did you see Lowlife Louie's son stabbed a screwdriver into, like, the base of his skull, the back of his skull, and, like, murdered him? And, like, Louie, once again, made it his gimmick to take a shot to the head that's, like, not medically feasible.
I mean, I guess I was on Reddit and I saw something where someone was like gigging themselves, and it was very obvious that they were like, you know, doing this deal. And I couldn't really tell who it was or what it was. And you know how it is in scroll life. You just sometimes see things and you're like, oh, that happened. But it looked like it was in the H2O place. Is H2O just going to stay open? Or are they coming
You
here
know,
close?
I
What are
don't
we
really
talking
know
about,
the
H2O?
situation there. I'm not really following it. But what I want to do is I want to get to your favorite part of the show.
Okay, while I grind this, hold on. Yeah. Okay, I'm ready. Let's go over the giveaways, right?
All right, I'm fucking up. I'm fucking up. Okay, so ready? Brian, and once again, you know what, Larry? I got to branch for a second, dude. I got to branch.
You always do. You always do.
I got to branch, dude. I'm kind of mad at Brian, dude. I'm kind of mad at this guy who, like,
Frustrated.
left us holding the bag, you know, and, like, I feel like he was doing a lot of things for us, and we had a good flow. And now, like, and he didn't give me, like, a 2-week I'm quitting the company package. Like, here's all of my responsibilities that you need to now take on. Like, I'm just kind of untangling the knot, and I just want to say officially, before I get to Larry's favorite part of the show, that I'm officially mad at Brian. I think I'm mad at you. Come back to the show. Make it right. Hey, you know what, Larry? This week, the giveaway is... Boom, right here. You see this, Larry? This is a WCW issued Chris Kanyon figure.
I can't see anything. Oh, wow. Wow.
A Chris Kanyon figure for Larry's favorite part of the show. And guess what? I got the fucking comments all queued up. Everybody's doubles and triples in the randomizer. So we're going to get to it. And we're going to branch, obviously. Blue Blanca says, thank you, Larry. I'll be representing the legend in Colorado, in the Colorado scene. Great show, guys, last week. Because last week you said, hey, whenever we go out now, me and you, Larry, and all our viewers and fans and people who comment and want to win the Chris Kanyon figure, all the fans of Brian hoping for him to just, like, you know, Jesus it up and spend 3 weeks in a cave and come back gloriously. Appreciate that comment.
Yeah. That was my winner.
ZMZO says, was cool seeing Sawyer back for one last time at the Hammerstein. Larry, how do you feel about Sawyer Wreck interjecting herself into the Atticus and Megan Bain match, pepper spraying Otis, and then loving and living for Megan Bain.
Otis was there.
Dude, Otis took the best table bump of any person on the Hammerstein show. He interjected himself into this Megan Bain Atticus match, right? And he was on the buckle, about to do a moonsault, a backflip, split tongue, split leg moonsault. You feel me? And a masked figure, 6'3" came from the crowd and sprayed him with bear mace. And what did he do? He went from the top rope, flopped onto the apron, then stood up one more time, flopped from the apron, face down, like slapping and breaking the table. The brown, Larry, not a door. The brown with the stands.
The actual Devon get the tables.
Yeah, he broke it by just going, whoop-ah! I'm blind! Whoop-ah! It was awesome. It was probably the best part of the night for me. He was just the buffoon henchman who got bear sprayed.
Were you there?
I secretly was there, yes.
I knew you were there. Did you pay?
I'm going to tell you something else. I didn't pay, and I had a mask on and a disguise on in which I walked right up to Chad Mins, and I gave him a dap. I dapped him up, and my disguise was so deep, dude, that he didn't even realize who he was dapping.
Did you see ringside Sean?
I'll tell you this. My disguise was so deep that I even went and said hello to ringside Sean. And he, to this day, doesn't even realize it, dude.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Yo, I went up to here's the list of people I talked to at Hammerstein when I was in deep and unrecognizable disguise. I said hello to Chad Mins. I said hello to ringside Sean. I said hello to Jimmy Lloyd, who went and listen, this is the truth. This is the honest truth. When I looked in the eyes of Jimmy Lloyd, I feel like he knew it was me, but he understood what I was doing. So he just kind of played along. He was like, you know what? I trust you. I was walking all around town, Larry, in disguise. Nobody realized, except for maybe Jimmy.
Jimmy knows.
And I'll tell you this.
Jimmy knows.
There's another comment. Listen to this. I said this last week, and there are a lot of things I wanted to shit on about the GCW show. And by the way, there have been multiple YouTube videos made already suggesting that this show that happened at Hammerstein Ballroom is the worst indie show of all time. Of all time. Mainly because MLJ tried to stop PCO from smashing the belt, and they made it look like a struggle.
Well, I heard a couple things. I heard a couple things.
Well, let me tell you this. Roland says, I've been waiting for Jimmy Lloyd to ditch the broski gimmick for a year now. Yet when it happened, it sucked donkey balls. People not being honest about the Hammerstein show. So that was the one thing. I had a lot of notes. But the main thing I cared about, because I care so much about Jimmy Lloyd's theme music, is Jimmy Lloyd's angle. And I feel like him coming in after Tommy Invincible, who John Cena, by the way, this week posted on his Instagram. And then Microman, and then Jimmy Lloyd. If you were going to have a Matt Cardona, Jimmy Lloyd student becomes the master blow-off match, you should have just had GC make the videos for it. Make it be an open challenge, and Jimmy Lloyd comes back and fucking blows it all off. Hey, Larry, how are you?
I'm good. I'm elevated.
Steve Rose says, Larry's always right, bro. HBA is a special place. What is HBA? Can you refresh my memory from last week? HPA.
Oh, Houston Premier Arena. Houston Premier Arena.
You had a great time there. You had a special time.
Well, there was definitely a time to be had this past weekend there.
What happened this past weekend?
You've seen the footage.
Oh,
You've seen the footage.
Is this the parking lot beatdown?
Special place.
Can you walk us through this juicy, juicy piece of drama? All I saw was a video that was obscured by a car. It was basically a guy laying in between two parked cars getting actually fucked up by a whole bunch of wrestlers. Am I bugging? Is that what I saw?
The Houston Premier Arena is a very special place.
So what happened?
I only saw the footage on Deathmatch Elite 2.0. The same Deathmatch Elite 2.0 that I happened to see Joey Janela, Brett Lauderdale, Danny DeMonto all say, oh, we just had to leave that other one because it was too negative. It was too toxic. You know, there was too much
Well,
toxicity.
Brian's gone. They're
Not
safe
everyone.
now.
Yeah. And then I saw this footage again, just doing the scroll. And I was like, whoa, this is like old school.
Yeah, it was a
I don't know
guy
if y'all
getting
know-
the fucking shit beat out of him in the middle of two parked cars.
When I say old school, I mean like a shoot.
Yeah. It was like a world star.
It was pretty bad.
So
And I
what's
was
the
like,
story?
wow.
Is that like this guy is like a backyarder? And
You know,
he was like
Pat-
tweeting and posting
Pat,
about
I-
how
I-
he was going to like show up and like
Pat-
make a name for himself?
Pat, I honestly cannot tell you the story, dude. Because like, listen, I'm not trying to like suck my own dick, but I'm just like too busy. I'm like too busy to like really pay attention.
Yeah. You know who wasn't too busy? Brian. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
I'm too busy
what
too.
did he say? What did he say?
Nothing. I'm going to roll the wheel here. And we're going to figure out who wins this canyon figure.
Can I just say one thing?
Yeah?
I announced Kanye's last professional wrestling match ever.
No.
On this earth.
When?
Well, it was right before he passed away. And right before he passed away, he did a lot of shows for NYWC. Right before he passed away, he did a lot of shows for NYWC. And he was doing the Mortis. He was doing the Mortis. The Mortis from the VCW character. I don't know how or why, but he had all that stuff. And I believe his last match was against it was a handicap match against Blake Morris and Mike Reed. Blake Morris and Mike Reed at the NYWC Sportatorium. It was at a Psycho Circus. And I was like, wow, I got to announce Mortis. And then the last time that I announced him, Pat, NYWC was in Woodside at that St. Patrick's Sebastian, Sebastian Center. Yeah, they were there, and he was just like up in the stands. And they took the time out to be like, hey, we've got former WCW, WWE superstar Chris Kanyon out here, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Kanyon.
Oh, boy.
And, he kind of waved up into the air.
Hey, the Psycho Circus NYWC is coming up February 22nd. Have you been contacted? Are you going to be in town? Should we go out to a lovely sushi dinner with Shane?
Pat, I'm only one person. I can't be all over the place.
Not at the same time, no.
And I've been contacted by NYWC. But I've also been contacted by CZW.
CZ Dub. Hall of Famer. Same day?
Same day.
Same day. Hey! Same day.
So I don't know.
Roland goes on to say in the comments, Larry's reaction to Ron Nemi announcement was golden. Never change, Larry. To me, Larry and Ron are up there, all other great commentator pairs. Even the King and JR. Tenay and West. Tenay and West. Claus and Rivera. Hold on, there's more to read. I think I'm done with that. Larry's always right. HPA. People losing their minds over Effie's raw egg spot. I'm curious if Schlack would do that spot. Please ask him. I'll gift him more socks if I win again. Well, there you go. Those are the rest of the comments. You want to know who won the giveaway? You know who won? Want to know who won the Chris Kanyon figure? Larry?
Yes.
Do you want to know?
Yeah.
It's Roland.
Keep rolling, rolling, rolling,
Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Move in now, move out. Hey,
put your hands down.
Yeah, Brian was at one point giving away trash. I'm now giving away trash. Roland, you won the trash. Also, Axel knows. DM me your address on Blvd Bullies Instagram or Twitter. I want to say this is this McMahon shirt finally. It's been like 6 months. It's been like 6 months. So, Larry, give me a definitive comment once and for all. What's the last conversation you had with Ron Nemi? Were you like, hey, go for it, bro? And he texted you back. He said, I'm just saying, door's always open, bro.
I said to him, I didn't know you were going back.
No, you don't want to go back? Hey, who do you think's going to win the Royal Rumble, Larry?
I don't CM Punk.
What's
I
the...
mean, the Royal Rumble. Okay, the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble. I saw like all of the guys come out and interrupt one another.
All the guys came out?
I'm gonna be the one to win
They
the
declared.
Royal Rumble.
They're declaring
I'm
themselves.
going to be the one. You may think you're going to win the Royal Rumble, but the Royal Rumble's mine. I saw every guy come out. But I feel like the first guy to come out, the guy who like really fucking kind of put the final nail in the coffin of AEW, CM Punk. I feel like based on him, he tears tricep last Royal Rumble?
Yeah.
He tears tricep last Royal Rumble?
Oh, yeah.
I think he's going to win it. Yeah, I think the first guy who fucking said, I'm winning
CM Punk's going to win it. The first guy.
First guy who fucking threw his name in the hat is going to win the fucking shit. The Hawk.
All right. I mean, I guess if I really had to guess... Yeah, I'd probably say CM Punk as well.
Now, who are the two champions? It's Cody.
It's Gunther and Cody.
Gunther and Cody. And I'm hearing the scuttlebutt is that somehow Goldberg.
No, never.
No, dude.
They would never.
I am hearing the Alvarez Meltzer that Goldberg is gonna retire.
That'd be crazy. Maybe Saudi Arabia. Maybe in Saudi Arabia.
I don't know. But I'm hearing Goldberg is doing something with Gunther in that title.
I don't believe you.
I don't know much. I don't know much about his. I don't know much about history, but I know that if a motherfucker can still go, they want to juice him. They want to juice him till all the juice is gone.
They want to milk them till all their juices are milked.
Everything, remember
Squeeze
Donovan
them until they
don't
got no more juice left.
You remember Donovan? Donovan at the end of Last Crusade when he drank from the wrong cup of the Covenant and just turned into a fucking just like shriveled up motherfucker. That's what they want.
That's what they need.
That's what they want. That's what they need to keep the life force of entertainment going.
Life force of entertainment.
Hey, can I just say I watched the opening to Raw on Netflix, and I love like the drone.
They're droning hard, dude.
Yeah, the drone like going over the whole thing, and then like kind of like the drone settles on Michael Cole and Pat McAfee. You know, they're down there. Yeah, McAfee. They're down there. They're doing the like. That we're live on Netflix and it's fucking feeling good, you know. I like the intro, the fucking like you're in the arena. I like it.
I'm going to tell you this. Since Brian left us high and dry, basically fucked me, fucked us raw. I think I'm going to start doing one-off mainstream thumbnail WWE reviews.
Okay. Yeah.
Feel me?
Yeah. I definitely, because I feel like we talk so much about like Houston Premier Arena, Ron Nemi, and No Holds Barred, and FUGCW. We got to like, remember our fucking
Ron now means nothing to me, by the way. I've erased the Saratoga Springs sparkling water, fresh pizza, Underground Arts memory.
Oh no,
I've deleted
Pat.
him from my life. I've men
Oh,
in blacked
Pat,
him.
no.
I've men
Well,
in
you
blacked
never
him.
did commentary. He introduced me to the glory.
Yeah,
You
okay, all
understand?
right.
No.
His
Okay,
wife doesn't
I
even let him
had them.
drink those.
Okay, listen. Truth be told, the first person that I heard going all gaga for these was Joey Janela. The first person I remember seeing like going hard on social for these
Not on
was
surges.
Janela.
Not for the surges.
Okay. I've graduated. But Rod is the one who told me you can like drink like a million of them and you fucking are fine the next day.
Is that
Like
how
you're
Ron
not fucked
feels,
up
that
with
he's
water.
fine?
Well, I do.
I've seen him act like the BTK killer in his denim jumpsuit.
All he
flopping
needs is a
around.
handler. He just needs a handler, Daddy. That's all he needs is a handler. And I hope that he has one.
He's not
out
gonna.
there.
He's not gonna have
Well,
one.
I hope he does. Because he's gonna have
Might
a
be
good
a
time.
rib. Might be a fucking rib.
I hope not.
You know who they really need, though? You know who they really, really fucking need to complete
Bobby Banks.
To complete the hype and to complete the vibe? You know who they really, really fucking need, dude?
Who?
You.
No, RSP. They need RSP.
Well, no.
Listen, all I'm gonna do is counter you with another sort of polarizing, like, oh my God, they got RSP back, or Schlack. Two motherfuckers who will never go back. Schlack or RSP.
Never say never. Never say never, these motherfuckers.
Hey, you know what, Pat? There's a reason that Emil is doing all the fucking posts about going to Kirkenhall and Leeds and all that shit.
Yeah, because he cares more about what people think about him than his own shit.
It's because when all of the fucking shit went
This is
down.
why he posts his cock on Twitter.
Don't stop it. Stop it. When all the shit went down.
For him to, window to open for him to show him his cock.
Stop it. Stop it. You know what I'm going to say.
He's waiting in the wings like 10 years for a moment
Because
on wrestling Twitter where he can show his massive cock.
when all of this shit went down with Mom and Dad, and they didn't want to, there was a whole eBay scandal going on when all that shit went down. I fucking was like, well, I want to go.
Can I pull up that picture? I'm going to pull up that picture. Okay. When me and Larry get off the air tonight, I'm going to do members only. And I'm going to search the depths of Twitter, and I'm going to show everybody LJ's massive dick.
Pat, this is kid not. Listen, what else are we talking about?
I don't know, Larry.
What
about RPW? They're announcing a tournament. RPW announced a tournament.
Is it in Vegas?
Yeah, they were the first people to announce in Death March. I mean, besides the collective, give or take, if you think that's Death March.
Is there Death on the collective? There's no Nikki Invitational or Tournament of Survival on the collective.
No, there's no Death March on the collective. I mean, but GCW already had announced their collective. But then RPW really the first.
Okay, whatever. So RPW is the first Death in Vegas.
That's what I'm being told. And feel free to correct me in the comments. But hey.
Great. Shout out to my homies. Shout out to the homes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What are you doing? Are you going to Vegas? Are you going to be doing things?
My brands, are 7 severe violent nature.
Of course.
This is a dub.
Because he made you salmon. Because he cooked you salmon.
That's easy dub. cook Kevin Gill salmon. I got the red steak. I got the bloody steak. Okay.
Medium rare, medium
Yeah.
raw.
Yeah. A matter of pride. I still do the matter of pride. You know, the LGBTQ drag. I do them, and a couple others. FWA, Federated, NYWC here and there.
Yo, can I ask? I gotta ask you a favor.
Battleground championship wrestling out of Philly, and I think that
I feel like Danny's gonna ask you to come back, and I think I need you to put in your contract that I need to come back with you and announce you as the announcer. I feel like that's got to be your last straw. Be like, okay, Danny, I will come back for a premium rate. But also
Pat's got to announce.
Pat's got to come with me. Full access. Because, he's getting the gang back together. Larry, it's only a matter of time. He announced last week, knowing.
I don't think there's any way that the Packing Princess will let your name be on anybody's lower third.
How dare you, dude? How fucking dare you?
You will never be on the lower third as long as the Packing Princess is Venmo.
Well, I'm not so sure about that. Because as long as Larry sticks up for me.
I mean, you're my kid.
No. I'm just.
But we're never gonna go back. And I mean, my reaction to that news was kind of jarring, but at the same time, Pat, you fucking smacked my ass back to life, back to reality. Be like, Larry, look what time that announcement is coming out. Look at what time that announcement is coming out, though, Larry. Like, is that an announcement?
So why do you think it came out when it did?
While we're doing shit.
Because they're thinking about you. All they're thinking about is you.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else is there to talk about? Who else can we get angry?
What about Saturday night's main event? Did you see or hear anything about Saturday night's main event?
Yo, so
now, Pat, can I ask you, was Saturday Night Live really not on for this? Is it would the tradition continue of like Saturday Night Live being preempted so that Saturday night's main event could air? Was that
isn't that what happened?
Is that what happened?
I don't remember.
Because that's the way it used to be. And I was telling a friend of mine that it used to be a big deal. Even though Saturday Night Live has had its ups and downs, its peaks and valleys, it used to be a big deal that Saturday Night Live was like, not showing this Saturday because we got WWF. We got WWF. So, like, I'm like, did that happen this Saturday? Was there no Saturday Night Live and instead we got Roman Reigns and all the fucking girls?
I'm going to take a branch and I want to know from you, Larry, who is your all-time favorite Saturday Night Live cast member? Give me your Mount Rushmore. You give me number 1 or give me 4? Give me 4.
Okay.
I'm not talking guest host. I'm talking all time.
Dude, it should go without saying that the motherfucking god, Chris Farley, is part of the reason that I'm even talking to you right now, Pat. Part of the reason that I'm talking to you right now is because of the motherfucking lord of the fucking flies. Greed in personification. Chris fucking Farley, bro, is my number one.
Number one glutton. Number one SNL cast member of all time.
Dude, to what this motherfucker made me feel watching him.
1,000% agree. And look, I loved his films too when he branched.
I did as well.
But my greatest form of remembering him is in those 10-minute SNL skits. Like, those movies are great, but if I really want to remember and honor Chris, I'm Van Down by the River. I'm Old Lady with Adam Sandler. Hey, Paul McCartney, you were in the Beatles. That was cool.
Okay, hold on, Pat.
The songs, Meatloaf,
Pat,
whatever, the Lunch
Pat,
Lady.
Pat, the number one Chris Farley sketch ever on Saturday Night Live is when they have the hidden camera of letting him know that he wasn't drinking regular coffee, but he was
the coffee, yes, the coffee crystals, yes, dude, yes, yes. You are 1,000% right. What did you say? What?
It is why I'm here. It is why I'm here today. There are tears coming down my eyes right now. Thinking about
Did you know
the way
that
that
the coffee crystals are actually 100% decaffeinated? What?
He's like, what? No, he's laughing. When he first asked what, he's like laughing. And they're like, no, it's coffee crystals.
El Nino, which is Spanish for the Nino, yes, is also a classic.
He looks down at the cup and the music is getting real atmospheric, like.
Yep, you're absolutely right. You are 1,000% right. That is his best thing ever. That is his greatest thing ever.
Oh, hold on. One other one.
Decaffeinated coffee crystals?
No, the Hurley brothers house sitting. The Hurley brothers house sitting service where it's Adam Sandler being like, let me watch your cat. I can watch your cat. I can stand and watch your cat when you're not here. Let me watch your cat. And then it goes to Chris Farley and he's like, well, you let the boy watch your cat. He's a good boy. He's been trying to watch cats for years. And he just builds and builds and builds.
Lay off me, I'm starving.
That too. That is a good one. That's a good
Spanish
one.
for El Nino.
Chris Farley's my number one.
So both of us, Mount Rushmore, Saturday Night Live cast members, both of us number one, without question.
Chris Farley is fucking face as the lunch lady. As the lunch lady is our first face.
Sloppy Joe, Sloppy Joe.
Yes, as the lunch lady, that's our first face.
Yeah, number one, and of course, Van Down by the River is unbelievable still to this day. Van
Down by the River hooked a lot of people.
Right, that was like his hit.
Yeah, that's what hooked a lot of people. But yeah, the ones I talked about and Lunch Lady being his face is key.
All right, I'm gonna do number two.
Are you okay?
My number two is Norm Macdonald Weekend Update.
I mean, I feel that, but other than Weekend Update, right?
Okay, you want to abolish Weekend Update from the list?
I don't want to. If you want Norm, take Norm on your mount.
Okay,
take Norm on your mount, but I'm not.
I'll go. I could easily go Will Ferrell. Beautiful Pomeranians. Will Ferrell on SNL is the funniest Will Ferrell you ever get in your life. Alex Trebek, Will Ferrell. Beautiful Pomeranians. He's like the weird doctor.
I agree.
He's like the sex guru. Of course, the cheerleader shit.
I agree.
You gotta go. And you know, I think probably I'll go Sandler too, but Will Ferrell, even though he's a little bit more modern, dude. Yeah, Farley and Ferrell, 1-2 punch of SNL forever. What do you think of the chat? What do you think, Larry? Who's your number two?
Bro, just to be diplomatic in today's age, I gotta go with my favorite.
Your favorite black?
Woman. My favorite woman.
Oh, okay.
Ever to fucking do that shit. And even though Pat, it was a very tiny little space of years. I thought Sherry O'Terry was just like the funniest bitch ever during her little tiny reign.
You might be right.
Her
dude.
little tiny reign. It was a little tiny reign that kind of begat the Tina Fey. I feel like Sherry kind of begat the Tina Fey, but there was a little tiny time where Sherry was like must see TV, and I gotta put her.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, I put her right next to Chris. I put her right next to Lunch Lady Chris.
Oh, okay. So now I'm thinking best woman.
I mean,
best
you
Sherry O'Terry.
We both have you.
Molly Shannon.
She's awesome. She's awesome.
Who's the Palin lady? Who's the Sarah Palin lady?
Oh, Tina.
Tina Fey.
Tina.
Genius.
But
Rhinestone Cowboy says Farley, Hammond. Oh, Daryl Hammond. And you know, when I think about Daryl Hammond, I think about Chris Parnell as well. But Chris Parnell's greatest role is Jerry in Rick and Morty. Dana Carvey, Bill Hader, Phil Hartman.
Heavy hitters,
heavies.
sucker.
And you gotta throw Sandler in there.
I'm staying with my two for now. And then I'm gonna keep going.
Rhinestone says he confirms Sherry is the best woman ever. Yo, okay, so I'm going Farley, Farrell, and you're not gonna stop me. I'm going Norm. I'm going Norm as Burt Reynolds.
Go ahead.
You know what I mean? I'm going Norm as Weekend Update. I'm going Norm as fired and then coming back and hosting, even though we didn't say hosts. But, yo, I got to go Norm. Norm is the fucking GOAT, dude. And you know what? I might now love post-humus, post-life. I might rank Norm above Dave because I'm watching Norm, I don't know, in like a different light, a dead man's light now.
Above Dave who?
Chappelle.
Dave who?
As all-time stand-up.
Wow.
Just the clips of Norm, and I know this isn't SNL, but the clips of Norm on the late night shows, the clips of Norm on Conan, and just the way he approached the whole fucking business. That is all feeding into my Norm being on my SNL Mount Rushmore. So I'm on Farley, I'm on Will Ferrell, and I'm on Norm Macdonald.
FFM. You're on that FFM.
Yeah,
so
three
far,
whites.
I've given you Farley. I've given
Farrell.
you Otari. No, I'm giving you Farley and Otari.
Right.
All I'm giving you FO. So listen, I'm gonna say that my third actually is fucking Dan Aykroyd.
Okay, classic Dan Aykroyd with the burgers, with the cigarettes.
Dude. You know how as Americans, we're always cognizant of race? We're always kind of cognizant of, oh, this is a white man. This is a black man. White, black, Chinese, whatever. Dan Aykroyd just, at a very pivotal time in my life, made me laugh so hard that I just didn't care.
You didn't see him as a white man.
I didn't even care. And then subsequently, I learned about Canadians and the way that they talk. And I was like, oh, I get why this guy's so funny to me. It's because he kind of he's put a little out of boot. He's putting a little out of boot in everything, and that to me, growing up was like a funny sounding thing. So I think that because he kind of broke down barriers with humor, he always is up there for me. It's one of the funniest people out there. And it was hard for me to choose him or Bill Murray because both of them did that. But I don't remember Bill Murray making me laugh that hard on Saturday Night Live. I remember him making me laugh in other shit, and I knew that he got his origins on Saturday Night Live.
I
but
totally
I can
agree.
remember I can specifically remember Dan Aykroyd making me bust the gut at some stupid shit.
I
definitely
do not have. I have a lot of Bill Murray memories, but I agree with you. Not many Saturday Night Live Bill Murrays.
Yeah, it just passed me by, and I get he's a thing, but I don't remember laughing at shit he was doing on SNL.
Though, same time.
Yeah, same time. But Dan Aykroyd, there are all these types of Jane, you ignorant slut, that I just bust over crying laughing, at Dan Aykroyd. So I gotta say, I got Farley, O'Terry, Aykroyd. Pat, you want to go with your fourth?
Man, I'm stuck because I feel really good about my three. I feel really good about my three. I don't know about my fourth, because Sherry O'Terry could be right there. Adam Sandler, Chris Rock.
All legends.
I feel like I want to go Chris Parnell,
but with me, it's always like, who did I watch to motivate me to do something?
Right,
Who
what blew your mind?
Yeah.
Well,
and I know
I want to say Chris Parnell, but he was always just the foil to Will or somebody else. He always played the straight man. He played it well. He played a great supporting, but he was never the main guy that made me crack up. It was it was always based off him. He was the jobber.
Yeah.
Yo, maybe who's the love guru? Who the fuck was that guy's name?
Tim Meadows. Tim Meadows had a run.
He had a good run.
He had a run.
But if you're gonna say Tim Meadows, yeah, maybe I'll just go Sandler. Spade, Sandler.
I really want to shout out an awesome woman, just to be 100% diplomatic. I already got her in.
Okay, so fucking Molly Shannon then could be my fourth, just to not be a sexist.
Don't just settle.
Pig.
Don't just settle. Don't just
not be a sexist pig.
I want to pick a woman.
Just not be a sick fuck, sick cis white man fuck, gringo loco piece of shit. I'll throw a white woman in there. Molly Shannon.
So to be 100% political, I have got to put Eddie Murphy in there. Pat, listen.
Cup of coffee, though. Cup of coffee.
Pat. Specifically for cementing the legacy of how SNL is your thing to get to there. I have to put him on as a motherfucker that played the game, got on through that, and is now a household name. So I'm going to do Sherry O'Terry, Chris Farley, Dan Aykroyd, Eddie Murphy.
All right, I'm going Molly Shannon, Chris Farley, Will Ferrell, Norm Macdonald. Hey, all right. Ready for this?
Good boy.
Bonus question, Larry, and to the chat. Favorite all-time host? And I'm going to tell you mine right now. Patrick Stewart.
Again, with me, it's a lot of the things that made an impact on me to do something with myself. And even though I lived through Hulk Hogan and Mr. T being the host of SNL back in '84 before Mania 1, I will never forget how huge it was when The Rock was not only the host, but he bought out Triple H. He bought out The Big Show. He bought out Mick Foley. Was Vince there too?
I don't think so, but
I
it might
can't
have been.
remember if Vince was there too. But it was all like, hey, guys, not only has wrestling won, but we've learned from the first time that we were on mainstream, and we're going to present all of our fucking shit to get your money. We're going to present you Mankind and the Big Show and the Triple H, all leading into WrestleMania 20 or
Right, it
2000.
was 2000.
WrestleMania 2000.
The Fatal
Yes.
4-Way. McMahon in every corner.
Dude, I was like, wow, wrestling is real.
That's
It
what
is
made
viable.
me hate wrestling.
It is. Yeah,
Is
it is.
that-
It is on the main shit
No.
that motherfuckers are watching.
That broke my heart. That's what finally broke my heart, is that Mick Foley had the Royal Rumble match against Triple H January 2000. Lost. Thumbtacks in the face. Retirement match. Hell in a Cell. No Way Out. February.
No Way
Triple
Out.
H took the safer version of the cage bump with the pillows.
Still legendary.
Absolutely
Fire.
legendary.
We
Lit
had
barbed
the-
wire
we had
on
the
fire for the
barbed
first time in WWE
Bar-
history.
barbed wire 2x4 on fire.
Yep, 2x4, and then retired. Came back again to fight in the Fatal 4-Way. Second guy eliminated. Big Show, then Mick, a real retirement. And by the time he came back, dude, in the following year as like the commissioner with the Buzzed, I was like, fuck this, dude. I'm heartbroken. I'm on the indies now. I'm on CZW now.
But as in all great stories, he came back for that WrestleMania 20. Him and The Rock versus Evolution is a mystery.
And that one sucked. Him versus
No, dude.
him
No.
and
No, it didn't.
him and Edge versus Tommy Dreamer and Terry Funk.
Was also very good.
They
It
go,
was
you
also
sold
very
out. And he goes, yeah, I did sell it. I sold out in Madison Square Garden. And Mick Foley did like a newer version of his like original ECW Kane Foley thing. Like he did like a newer modern version of it.
Dewey.
He's like, Tommy Dreamer, Terry Funk, what did you ever do? What did you ever do? He teamed with Edge, dude. He had the Edge match, then he teamed with Edge.
I remember.
Oh, what? Yeah, that brought me back. That got
I
me
don't
back.
know. Maybe it's because I was there, but I did not look at WrestleMania 20 as like a sellout moment for him. Like I look at WrestleMania 20 as redemption for him missing the elbow drop.
He missed
off
it.
of the fu-
He fucking hit the table like an idiot, like a sack of potatoes.
at 2000.
His final moment.
That's
And you know
2000.
what? And you know what? I will say I was so fucking immersed and emotionally invested in him winning, because like that's how the story has to end, right? It's like, no, duh. It ends with, Triple H and The Rock. Of course it does. But at the time, I was still immersed. I was like, oh, maybe he hurt his ribs. Maybe they called it on the fly.
I was actually just watching WrestleMania 2000. And remember how they went to each one of them throughout the night and got their words, and they actually went to them in each order that they were going to be eliminated. Of course, Big Show gave his words first,
Right.
and then Mick Foley gave his words. Bro, Mick Foley cut his promo, and I actually said out loud, "Motherfuckers had niggas believing."
Yo,
Bro, he had us believing that he might actually win.
Incredible, dude.
Dude, and there's no way his fat ass was gonna win.
No, there's no way. Now looking back on, it's like when you put your money on like a plus 300 parlay, and you're like, I believe that this is gonna happen. That's like,
It's not happening.
you went 0 for 3. Like he was the second dude eliminated. The only one who sucks worse than him is Big Show. It was never about him. It was always about The Rock and Triple H and Shane and Vince or whatever.
Right.
It was never about him. But he made you believe this. And what a lying piece of shit, dude. What a charlatan.
Well, he's a Gemini.
What a fucking worker. What a charlatan. He tricked me my whole fucking adolescent life that he was going to one day win. And then the one time that he did win, he needed the more over factions help. He needed DX to help him and accept him.
No, bro. My favorite one of his is the Swerve win at SummerSlam 99, where it leaked that Triple H was winning the belt. So they were like, okay, Foley win it at SummerSlam. And then the next night, Triple H taking on Raw.
Right.
Remember the time it was him versus Austin? It was him versus
yeah, of
Austin.
course. Because anytime Mick Foley did anything good at any big pay-per-view, he always lost the next Monday. He always fucking did the job the next Monday. Or he would be the guy to, like, randomly win on the Monday. Like, he never had the big win and just held it, dude.
He beat Rock at Sunday Night Heat. The empty arena match. He beat Rock at Sunday Night Heat.
And then lost it the very next night.
I know, bro. I know, bro. That's why.
Fucking night.
That's why.
He really was so much life, dude.
He's like fucking the motherfucker that reminds you, like, you got $1 million, it's gone.
Yeah, he's easy come, easy. He's literally that. Yo, I love him. I love him.
Yeah, you got $1 million, it's gone.
Yeah, I beat The Rock during halftime.
Yeah.
In front of like 2 million viewers. And now the next night on Monday Night Raw, in front of all the fans who actually watch, I'm going to just lose in like 30 seconds.
Listen, we got 20 minutes and I'm at 20%.
I don't know. It's been nice reminiscing, thinking about things. Did we get your Royal Rumble pick? CM Punk.
Oh, I said Punky Brewster.
You know, the other night, speaking of Mick Foley, I think that you'll agree with me that the number one wrestler right now that has the same energy as Mick is Sami Zayn.
Absolutely.
And Sami Zayn came out and he was wearing kind of his old school heelish camo, like Shea Rivera jacket.
Yes.
His
Guevara.
Fidel Castro fit.
Yeah, Guevara.
And he was like, hey, you know, it's just about nobody else but me. I just want to win the Royal Rumble. And I like the one thing I'm there to is main event WrestleMania, blah, blah, blah. And who came out, dog? But fucking Kevin Owens. And I feel like Kevin Owens and Sammy are going to have a thing. And I just feel like that
They've
would be
always
great.
had a thing. They've always watched each other. They've always watched each other's back from CZW.
They deserve a match for the title together. Kevin beats Cody at Royal Rumble. Sammy wins the Royal Rumble. And it's just fucking Kevin versus Sammy. Let's go, dude.
Pat. So what do we do with Cody?
Cody fights The Rock. Cody fights the fucking Rock or something. Cody fights Roman or The Rock or Jacob Fatu or just some other fucking thing.
So
Drew McIntyre.
Cody just doesn't even care. He's like, I'll do this thing.
He just goes on a little tangent. And for this WrestleMania, it's fucking Sammy versus KO. For the last time ever, dude. For the main belt. For the Winged Eagle. Why not, dude?
The only way I'll have it is if they do the championship match at SummerSlam and it's El Generico.
Oh, and then they run it back without, he comes back as like the demon.
He comes back as like, and they're like,
no, I don't think that's going to happen. I'll tell you this. Are you frozen? He's frozen. He's frozen. I think the only way that they would run El Generico is if they finally get to the main event and somehow they just have Sammy's entrance have a little homage to El Generico. Like he walks by all his different, styles. Oh, we lost Larry. Anyway, if there's anything else you want to talk about, we have about 15 more minutes, maybe 10 more minutes. Maybe we'll cut the show early. I was going to do an after show, but I feel like without Brian, everything's dying. The best thing that's happening for Blvd Bullies right now is that the people who hate us think that we matter.
Oh, it's the man, the king, the god of the shit, Nick fucking Cage. You know, I start this off. Shout out to all my MDK gang members. And I want to let everybody know Blvd Bullies vs. the World is a podcast every Tuesday, 7 p.m. live on YouTube with my motherfucking boy Larry the Legend. And what the Blvd Bullies are doing, they're trying to ignite a revolution within the fans to unite and make the crowds electric again. So check out Blvd Bullies vs. the World, 7 p.m. live Tuesdays with Larry the fucking Legend, MDK all fucking day.
The man, the myth, the legend, myself, Captain Dave. You know how we can start this off shouting out to the boys of the Blvd Bullies versus the World. I want to let everyone to know, tune in each of Tuesday night, 7 p.m. live on YouTube channel. And especially my motherfucking boy, Larry the Legend, as well as Brian Ginsberg, Sean Nazera, and the host of the Blvd Bullies, Patrick fucking James. Join us to bring the Deathmatch Wrestling to unite, make it electric again. And what the Blvd Bullies are doing, they're going to bring all of the Deathmatch Wrestling to bring unite, to fight, the revolution, to bring everyone to the crowd in this place here in professional wrestling. And so with that, ladies and gentlemen, we get to the Blvd Bullies versus the World, hosted by Patrick James, Brian Ginsberg, Sean Nazario, Hollywood, and the forefather of professional wrestling, ring announcer, Larry the motherfucking Legend. The Cactus Corner Podcast. To be the best, you got the bulldoze to rest. It's MDK all fucking day.
It's the man, the king, the god of this shit, Nick fucking Cage. You know how I start this off. Shout out to all my MDK gang members around the world. And I want to let everybody know, Blvd Bullies vs. the World is a podcast every Tuesday, 7 p.m. live on YouTube with my motherfucking boy, Larry the Legend. And what the Blvd Bullies are doing, they're trying to ignite a revolution within the fans to unite and make the crowds electric again. So check out the Blvd Bullies vs. the World, 7 p.m. live Tuesdays with Larry the fucking Legend. MDK all fucking day.
I'm so cursed when you burn in hell forever.
Boulevard.